Hello and welcome to the Rainy Night Listens podcast. I'm Haley.
And I'm Wyatt, and this is the podcast that you save for a rainy night instead of a rainy day. All right, for the second time, because I screwed up the first time, are you ready for this very short video on the birds aren't real theory?
You know, the first time I had to take a second to prepare myself, but I think now I'm prepared.
Oh,
I'm ready.
That's good. I actually failed on purpose for the sake of you being ready this time.
Oh, I appreciate you having my back like that.
Oh yeah, no problem. I definitely wasn't because I just forgot to press a singular button. Oh yeah. I included a lot of these pictures because I just thought they were very entertaining to look at.
I do.
I really like the one on the left.
If I'm being flies, it spies.
Right?
That's so good.
Yeah, I love that. So, what is the birds aren't real theory? It's created by Peter. I don't know how to spell that. In the Wikipedia article I was reading, so it looks like it's Mickendo, right? The I in the middle of it, I don't know if it was an L or an I, so it could have been like Micklindo or Mickendo. I don't know. I could not tell. I checked so many different spots where they had spelled his name, and it was the same. It was like, okay, I guess. That's why I think that's how it's spelled right afterwards.
Perfect.
But it is the belief that all birds were killed off by the government and replaced with surveillance drones in order to... I have a lot of typing errors, I now realize, but in order to spy on and keep tabs on citizens. Some have gone as far as to say that they purposefully will target cars when defecating as a tracking method.
What?
I know. I didn't know about that last part when I wrote this down. So when I read that, because I made a joke about this, I think to my dad, because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh man, why are government drones pooping on my car?
Yeah.
I literally made that joke. Then when I read that, I was like, oh, now I'm the idiot, I guess. But yeah.
So, is it all birds or just pigeons?
All birds.
All birds. So
Birds.
They think there are no real birds.
They don't think there are any birds, or at least when I read it, I don't like to write things one-to-one, obviously for reasons, but it is the belief that all birds were killed off by the government and replaced with surveillance drones. That's what I read. That's what I typed.
That's bananas.
Right? You're telling me that some species of birds in the Congo,
the newly discovered one.
yeah, it's actually government drones. They were ahead of everybody on that.
So the birds that are going extinct, it's just because their needed parts to repair them are just outdated. They're obsolete.
Refitting the new models.
Yeah. Goodness.
Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah. So, in case you were wondering how these drones would be able to recharge themselves since they're flying all day, going places, staring at people in cars, eating bugs for some reason, it says, the belief is that they land on power lines in order to keep recharged or recharge themselves. So, I think in this last one, right? Yeah. Inductive charging coil in the feet. I'd point that out.
Obviously, inductive charging coil connects to battery.
Yeah.
Connects to CPU and speaker.
And then the wireless antenna, the microphone, and the camera.
Yes.
This is basic science, okay?
You can't argue with it.
But when I was continued reading, I was like, okay, this is getting crazy, because it says, I have also read that it is believed that U.S. President JFK was assassinated by the government due to his unwillingness to kill off birds.
You're gonna look me in the eye.
I'm not gonna look you in the eyes. I'm gonna stare straight at the floor and say it in your direction.
I have never heard that. That is wild.
I was just reading and I'm like, okay, the bird poop one, sure, that's fair.
Okay, the power lines, okay.
Yeah. And then I was like, that is crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah. But yeah, I said before, this one's going to be a short one. There's not a whole lot of info, and I'll talk more on it.
Is it because it's a secret government thing going on.
Yeah, for sure.
That makes sense.
We're going to have to both specify that we're not suicidal at some point in this video.
Oh, perfect. Yes, yes. Well, and like it's very straightforward.
Yeah.
All birds aren't real.
They're just
all
drones.
of them.
All of them. Every single one.
They recharge on power lines, obviously.
Yeah.
And
they
obviously,
poop on cars.
That's why the president.
That's why JFK was assassinated. This is very, very basic stuff.
I don't feel that we've had any episodes yet that I've felt like, ooh, maybe we shouldn't be saying this stuff on the internet. But just the picture in my mind of like that getting clipped. I do not.
Me confidently saying it and be like, these people are idiots.
It's so bad.
It is. I'm just saying, when I think of this, one of the first things that I think of is like the videos of like seagulls stealing entire pizzas out of pizza boxes, and I'm like, why would a government drone do that? I'm gonna keep it real with you. Maybe it's an experiment. They're experimenting on people to see, certain conditions, certain reactions. Yeah.
How do people react when their pizzas get stolen?
I personally would be very angry.
Personally, only in my opinion.
If I had a gun,
I would be furious.
I would shoot the bird.
So, here's a question.
Uh-huh.
Are all of these like unmanned then? Or do they have like a person assigned to like so many? Because someone has to be reviewing all of this surveillance information that's being gathered.
I imagine, they're drones, I guess that doesn't mean they're unpiloted, but I imagine they are controlled. They control themselves, if you try to bare bone it down, you could just say chill on said power line for 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Fly to this location, land here for X amount of time, Yeah. I guess you could simplify it down they're self-controlled and all they do is just hit target points throughout the day.
Because here's my thought.
Uh-huh.
Every bird is run by a human being. An individual.
There are so many more birds than there are.
There are a lot of people.
The government does not have that many people employed, I swear.
Every person runs a bird.
Every living being has at least one bird assigned to them.
You're going to look me in the eyes and tell me you don't operate a bird?
I haven't for weeks. It's been a while.
Weeks, though.
That's pretty recent.
So you've got some dude bored on his shift of operating as a pigeon, and he sees someone come out with a pizza, and he's like,
this could be pretty interesting.
You know what we could do to kind of liven up the day? Take the pizza and bring it back to the office.
We have pizza now.
Yeah, and now I have pizza.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. You'd have to hope it was one of those pizzas that stays together really well.
Yeah.
Just all the...
It gets back, and it's just the two pieces of crust.
I was going to say, it's just the pepperoni and all the cheese and everything just flies off while it's flying away with it. But yeah. I really like that bottom left one.
I do too.
It says, supposedly in 2018, because I read this, and I don't know if this is real, I didn't fact check it, that's why I'm just putting supposedly behind it.
Uh-huh.
In 2018, news of a high-tech bird surveillance drone, drones was reported. It went on to claim that other agencies and militaries use this technology for spying on Chinese citizens. Let me specify first, it was the Chinese government that had built these drones in this specific part where they said in 2018 news of these birds was reported. That was in China.
Uh-huh.
And it said it went on to claim that other agencies and militaries use this technology for spying on the Chinese citizens. So they used it to spy on their own people, but different groups were using it.
You know what?
Yeah? That's used to back up this whole theory.
All I will say is that people who study birds and bird behaviors they do have bird drones that they use.
Yeah, that's true. They
send
put
them
like fake
in
birds in so then they can study them up close.
Yeah, to study like behaviors and communication patterns.
But why would you use a drone to spy on other drones?
It's all part of the facade.
All bird watchers are paid actors.
Yeah, again, government employees.
That is insane.
Oh, that's the insane part, not that birds are drones.
That's the insane part. Not this part.
Not that part.
Not this part right here.
Not the president part, but
No, the insane part's the bird watchers are employed by the government.
maybe that's what the bird watchers are. So people who study birds are employed by the government, and bird watchers are actually like citizens that
Fight back.
are like fighting the bird drones.
Fighting back against the tide of bird drones.
Yes, the never-ending tide.
Oh yeah, that's for the most part. That's everything I have. I have one more slide of information, but before that, it's time.
Ba 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 ba.
Ba 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 ba.
Ba, ba, da,
What's it gonna be?
Ordained.
Ooh.
Ordained. That's a big word. I can't even read. So like.
Ordained?
Something like that, I imagine.
Ordained.
Great job.
Thank you.
You're already 4 steps ahead of me, so. Yeah.
Anyways. I apologize.
I love that picture. I had to make sure that got into this slideshow at least
once. I joke
once.
about that bird.
I'm glad because I like told myself like I have to make sure this is in at least one slide.
It's so good.
It really is. I wanted to get just the bottom picture where the red eyes where it's angry and leave out the top just because I think it'd be funny talking about bird drones and you've got like a red-eyed one. But yeah, I couldn't find just the bottom half. But yeah, I said I know it's not a lot, but most of the rest of what I read goes on to talk about most of the creator of this theory's appearances online and at events, but I'd rather stay on topic of the theory itself. So that's about all I have for this.
Why does he think that this is a thing?
You know, it's funny. I actually followed him on like Instagram back when I was in high school.
Yeah, because you think birds are drones, yeah.
Okay. Dial it back. I just thought it was fun watching him go to like rallies and stuff and like talk about like, oh yeah, birds aren't real, and they had like a whole truck that had like art decals of like some of these things, like the not that one, but like the if it flies it spies, and this one. I think this one was literally on like the side of his truck his van that he drove around.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I don't know why he came up with it. It was during some event in the past. He like said he made it up on a whim. And it gained traction, so he just went with it, or something like that.
So even he doesn't back it, it just it blew up, and he was
you
like,
saw
I
how-
guess I'm gonna go with it.
While that account was active, he doubled, tripled down. He was defending it till death, but then I think the account's mostly dead now, but yeah. I'll bring this up because we were talking about it just before this. Where I work with grain and train cars. I've seen a lot of dead pigeons because they're stupid. And
Take that, pigeons.
But I've seen pigeons in almost every stage of decomposition. And I can honestly say there were no inductive charging coils, there were no batteries, no CPUs.
Okay, but here's my question. Do you even know what those look like?
I imagine I have at least somewhat of an idea.
You're gonna look me in the eye And tell me you know what an inductive charging coil looks like.
I mean, their feet decompose differently than the rest of their body, so that's why I went on to say, like, CPU and speaker. I imagine I could see a CPU in a bird.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
Unless they're ingrained, like, into the bones, like, maybe it's not set up this way.
yeah, this is more like a simplified version of it. That's true.
Maybe the bones are all of these parts.
The bones are the pieces, and the veins are just the wires.
And the feathers
Are feathers.
are feathers.
Yep. I
Are
can
the
see.
camouflage.
Are the bird.
The feathers are the bird.
Are the bird.
They are the essence
The essence of what makes a bird is the feathers.
of board.
Essence of board feather. But yeah, that's my source. I used just the Birds Aren't Real Wikipedia. I probably could have visited other sites, but information was pretty limited. So, but yeah,
Interesting.
that's the Birds Aren't Real theory for you.
Thank you for sharing.
No
I didn't know
problem.
very much going into it.
I'm
so.
glad I could enlighten you on this. Oh yeah, let us know. You know what? Do you think birds aren't real, or do you think they're real living creatures?
I feel like they are real living creatures.
That's good. I was waiting for you to be like, but.
But I think all of the mechanical insides of them are just the bones.
The bird's bones.
It's the bird's bones.
The bird's bones.
And that's why that president
That is why a certain president underwent a certain process during a parade.
Yep.
I think it was a parade. I don't know.
Yeah, but no, in all seriousness, I think that I think this is a very entertaining thing,
Yeah.
but I don't think that birds are fake. I think that,
Yeah,
Birds
this
are
is just
real.
a fun...
and especially if they're claiming that it's all birds, that's wild.
Right? It's like,
Like,
okay, if
every
they
bird
said...
in the world is fake.
Yeah, it's like, came up with the birds aren't real theory, and then just doubled down, like, no birds.
Yeah,
All drones, no birds.
so.
You know your pet parrot? Oh my gosh, there's a crazy picture I saw that I thought about putting in this. It was of a dude at one of the Birds Aren't Real rallies holding a sign that said, I got rid of my pet bird for this.
Oh,
Or
no.
something like that.
That's
I was like,
sad.
holy crap.
Aw.
Those pet bird videos are freaking hilarious. I don't think I could do it if I had one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've got. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.